Next, loneliness has been described as the silent epidemic of the 21st century, with 1 in 20 adults in England feeling lonely often or all of the time. Today, a government report has identified groups of people more at risk than others in a bid to tackle the problem. The study found young people aged 16 to 24 report feeling lonely more often than older adults. Women are more at risk than men, as are people living with health conditions they describe as limiting. Treherne says he knows that feeling only too well. He appeared on Channel 4's The Undateables last year.
In Southend, 38-year-old Ian is in a hurry to meet someone he can share his adventures and life with.
Finding someone to fall in love with would be awesome. It would change my life immensely. So I can hang out and do things like this. Floating in the air in a shopping basket. It'd be better if I can do it with somebody else.
Ian has Usher syndrome, which affects his sight and his hearing. He turned to the programme because he struggles to meet people, and now he campaigns with the charity Sense to help others with loneliness. He joins me now. Thank you for coming in. At times you've described feeling lonely on a daily basis. Just describe for us what that feels like to anyone who's watching this who hasn't ever felt like that.
Well, isolation comes with depression, which a lot of people find difficult to be around with, and to try and talk about blindness, it's quite a difficult subject to approach, but I guess with Sense this is where they're trying to get more involved to make more people aware.
Now, we know you from the programme. You're a guy who's has got lots of friends. This isn't about friendships, it's about something very different. Now, you describe a catalyst as being a point where you weren't working full-time. What changed at that point?
What changed? My whole life, you know, I worked as a full-time worker. I used to drive, I used to have a mortgage, but with the recession that come in, I lost my job, I lost my licence, I lost everything, my identity, my eyes started to get worse, and I didn't know where I was going. And that's when I kind of got in touch with Sense, and they were able to guide me into a better direction. But I was recluse for a good few years, because I was dealing with accepting blindness. And, you know, since the programme, The Undateables, I've gone so far ahead. You know, I'm now using a cane, which I wouldn't have used last year or the year before that. Yeah, I think people find it difficult to talk to people that have got mental health issues or disability where it's invisible or visible. People find it quite awkward.
What's the advice then? Because we've learnt today that loneliness affects a lot of people that we don't think about. We think of people who've lost their wives and husbands in later years.
Not just old people, it's young people.
Not just old people. So what is the advice from what you've learnt?
For me, I would like to see more mental health or people that are disabled, or as I prefer to say, people with challenges, to be on TV more, because it's the biggest I don't know, the biggest, what's the word I'm looking for?
Exposure.
Exposure.
In normal lives, in normal roles. In Treherne, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and good luck with the future. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Ian.